Let's quickly go through the questions. Technology in a digital world. We have done the various aspects of digital technology. So we've gone through that. Um, Let me also put you to that the content what we have done under digital technology. If we quickly go through that, it'll be easy for us to answer that. Anywhere when we have to come back to the PPT, look into the meaning of that, we will definitely take it up and then look into that. So under the digital technology, technology affecting business and finance, we understood about the industrial revolution, what's the meaning of it, and now it is the fourth industrial revolution. Learned about cloud computing, big data, the data analytics, process automation, AI, artificial intelligence, data visualization, blockchain, Internet of Things, mobile technologies, 3D printing. These are the things what we have learned. So wherever it is needed, we will again come back to the PPT to look into the details. But right now, let's start working out on the questions. The first one, which is question number 45 from this section. Question number 45. A rapid and major change in an economy driven by a shift in the methods and types of work undertaken best describes what? So, what is that? Please answer, respond to this and then answer. Even if it is wrong, also it's perfectly fine. An industrial revolution is a rapid and major change in an economy driven by a shift in the methods and types of work undertaken. So, by definition, we understand that that is the answer for industrial revolution. How is the delivery of on-demand computing resources otherwise known? On-demand computing resources otherwise known. As it is required, it can be pay as you use. That is the service of cloud computing. You need not invest in equipment related to the servers or storage capacities, but when you store the data in external, that is on the cloud, that's an external server provided by a cloud computing service provider. So as much as you use, you pay for that. So that the answer for that is cloud computing. 47 says the process by which users log on to remote servers to access and process their files is best known as.
Wide area network.
No. Remote servers to access and process their files is best known as. Wide area network is where the computers are connected through a network, even if they are far away located. The LAN, local area network, talks about in a small area when the systems are connected to each other. But if the organization has units across different regions, far away, little far away also, their systems can be connected. That is called as wide area network. This is about storing on the servers. Remote servers to access and process their files is known as cloud computing.
Cloud.
Yeah, that's right. Cloud computing. What are the two main types of cloud computing? For your benefit, we see that the cloud setup could be both
Public or private.
That's right. Public or private. So on that note, we answer this one as the two main types of cloud computing, we see public cloud or private cloud. Which three of the following are disadvantages of cloud computing? We have to select three. Disadvantages are organizational change, contract management, security, privacy, and reliance. Okay, so these are the three disadvantages of cloud computing. Advantages are flexibility and scalability. From anywhere they can work. It is cost efficient because they pay only for the services which they use. That is, as much as they are storing on the computer, they would be paying that. So pay as you use. So that is the concept there. Security, the data is secure. It would not be destroyed, damaged, or it gets affected. So nothing of that sort would happen. Flexible working environment. We are discussing about the disadvantages. So what do you think? What is scalability? Is it an advantage or a disadvantage? Scalability is an advantage. Contract management is a disadvantage. Potential job losses, reliance on a third party, increases cost, reduces flexibility for employees. So potential job loss is a situation which would arise because now they are not having a storage facility provided in house. So no one would be taking care of that work where they store everything internally and then somebody is appointed to look after that. Now that it is all stored on the cloud, uh, those people who were otherwise working with internal servers are no longer now needed. So there is a possibility of potential job losses. Now, cloud computing is an external, the service provider is an external person. So, a reliance on a third party, it increases. It is cost efficient. It is not, it doesn't increase cost, it is cost efficient. It increases flexibility for employees. So, doesn't decrease the flexibility, but rather it increases flexibility for employees. The answers are B, C, and D. Question number 50 says, which three of the following statements relating to big data are true? Big data. Big data refers to any financial data over $1 billion. The defining characteristics of big data are velocity, volume, and variety. Managing big data effectively can lead to increased competitive advantage. The term big data means data that comes from many sources. Big data contains both financial and non-financial data. So anything which you think is correct, you tell. Otherwise, also I'll take you through the PPT so you can have an idea. Any one point at least, any one of you, you think any one point could be correct?
E.
E. Big data contains both financial and non-financial data. Yes.
E, ma'am.
E. Once again, please tell me another one.
C, ma'am. C.
C. Managing big data effectively can lead to increased competitive advantage. Yes, that then data which is big is processed, so that is big data. Variety of data, right? There are four key features. You should not forget these things. There are four key features of big data: volume, velocity, variety, veracity. These are the four V's. Remember that the volume of the data is big in size. Large data sets are taken for processing. Volume is big. Velocity, the speed with which the data is processed, is quite high. Variety of data, both financial, non-financial, structured, unstructured, all types of data is considered for processing. Variety of data. Veracity, and he talks about the genuinity of the data, whether it is genuine or not. So on that note, what could be the other one? Veracity, velocity, volume, and variety. How might the following sources of data be classified? See, there are certain things which given. Select from the following: human sourced, machine generated, processed, open. So these are the 4 categories which are given. And then we are asked to, below that we have options from A to H. For each of them, we have to identify them to be as human sourced, machine generated, processed, or open. So that is what we have to take it up. National statistics, social media posts, emails, smart meters, customer database, census, home assistance, fixed asset register. So what are these 4 categories? First, let's understand. Human sourced are which are provided by the efforts of human being. So human source, the human effort is seen in that. Machine generated, the output which is given by the machine, it's machine generated. See, to be in that particular form, if the data is processed, we call it as processed type of data, or it is open. It can be added in, it is not defined in a particular class limit, it is open in nature. So let's identify which one of them would be what. National statistics. What about social media posts? Who would put the posts? The human beings have to use these social media sites and then post on them. So there is a human effort which is seen here, human source. What about emails?
Human.
That's right, human. Smart meters?
Machine.
Machine, that's right. Smart meters are machine generated. Customer database, the details about the customer, all of them are collected, tabulated, entered or categorized or whatever is that. So we can call this to be as processed data. Census is the count of the individuals in a particular country. Can we define it? Do we know it precisely that it should fall within this range? No, that is the birth takes place on a continuous manner, and then it gets updated continuously. So we see that this one census would be open. If census is open, national statistics also, the details about the economy and the people in the economy, everything related to the economy. So that's national statistics. This also can be categorized as open. Home assistants. Home assistants are not the human beings, but there are certain devices which are helpful to the human beings, like security doorbell or some things which are used with the internet connection, some kind of devices which are fixed in the house. So we call them as home assistants. So this would be
Human.
no. They are not human beings. These are machines only. Like connected to the internet, with the internet when doorbell is connected to that. So the details about who has come and all those details are also processed and then provided. The machine takes up the role. So um, car lock, when you see that, it is though the key is not put into that lock, and then it is operated. Instead of that, with a click of a button, it can be operated. Now we see remotes present to operate um, certain devices, but they are again connected to the internet. With the internet connectivity, they work. We call them as home assistants. So they are machine generated. Fixed assets to register, fixed assets which are accounted. Then the other things about the calculation about depreciation, additional the other aspects of it also will be taken into consideration. So fixed asset register will be called as processed. Which of the following sentences is true? Now this is about process automation. Process automation, if we look into that, what is process automation? It says those work which is mundane, repetitive, regular work that can be assigned to process automation. They can take it up and then do the work, but with much efficiency, greater efficiency, with high speed, etc. Um, the technology enabled automation of complex business process, which can be entire process or elements aimed at improving consistency, quality, speed while delivering cost savings. Some of the technical advantages are they are now capable of making decisions using reasoning, language, and learned behavior. So we see that all the jobs which are at the entry level, which are um, simple, regular, repetitive, those works can be assigned to process automation. So they can be taken over by process automation. The ones which require special skills, they are still continued by human beings, but they are not taken over by process automation. So in this context, which one is the correct answer? First one says that process automation is only feasible for simple repetitive tasks. Process automation is complex business areas. In complex business areas is beyond the limits of technology. Process automation can enable a business to save costs. Process automation usually leads to employee dissatisfaction. So, which one of the following sentences is true? First one, it is only feasible for simple repetitive tasks. No, that is not the case. When the work is complicated, in terms of not causing any interest to the one who takes up, it is taken up for simple repetitive tasks. Yes, that there is no doubt about it. But the mention that it is only feasible, that is the error in that. So that cannot be. Yes, it is used where the work is repetitive, mundane, simple, regular work. Yes, that is assigned. But then only we cannot tag it as only when it is all these things and then it is taken up. On that note, we can uh, not select that. B. Process automation in complex business areas is beyond the limits of technology. Do you think so? It is beyond the limits of technology. C says process automation can enable a business to save costs. Finally, usually leads to employee dissatisfaction. Which one is most appropriate? To some extent, everything seems to be, to some extent, it is correct. But which one of them suits best? Identify that. It's not beyond the limits of technology. It is a part of technology, process automation. So we cannot select B. C or D usually leads to employer dissatisfaction, not necessary. They may find it useful also when that uninteresting repetitive work, if it is taken up by technology, if it is done with the help of technology, they can focus on other areas. So that is one important aspect there. So it is not necessary that it leads to employee dissatisfaction. The best one is it will enable the business to save costs. That is one advantage of process automation. So consistency, quality, speed while delivering cost savings. While delivering cost savings. So that's one important point here. So cost savings is the answer there. Machines working and reacting like human beings describes what? Robotics, voice recognition, artificial intelligence, fourth industrial revolution. Machines working and reacting like human beings describes
Artificial intelligence.
that's right, artificial intelligence. That's right. They act like human beings based on the commands which are built into the systems. They act like human beings, they react like human beings, they are helpful. Initially we saw that it was only in those situations where decision making was not needed, AI was used, artificial intelligence was used. But now we see that the next level of decision making, where decision making is involved, we see sometimes the artificial work intelligence is also put to work in such areas where simple decisions can be taken by the system. So that's artificial intelligence. 54 says, which of the following is a definition of a blockchain? A technology that allows people who do not know each other to trust a shared record of events, a centralized, undistributed, and private digital ledger that is used to record transactions, a sequence of transactions facilitated by the internet, a supply chain management system used to improve proficiency. You would like to look at what is blockchain technology? What is the meaning of blockchain? A blockchain is a decentralized, distributed, and public ledger that is used to record transactions across many computers. What do you think? It is not D. It is not about supply chain management. It is not C also. Sequence of transactions facilitated by internet. That is also not the meaning.
A, ma'am.
A. A technology that allows people who do not know each other to trust a shared record of events. Why? Because the security aspect of it is intact. It is protected. Nothing can alter that. So on that note, we can. Why would we not select B? Is it is centralized, undistributed, but the definition is given in a different way. It is a decentralized, distributed. Then it is public ledger, not private ledger. So on that note, we don't select B, but we select A. A because the security is great in case of blockchain. Which three of the following statements about a blockchain are true? Blockchain is regarded as a solution to cybersecurity risk. Records in the book blockchain are publicly available and distributed across everyone that is part of the network of participants. Records in the blockchain are always kept private to enhance security. The verification of transactions is carried out by computers. The verification of transactions is carried out by individuals. We have to select three. Can we go with A? Can we go with A? Blockchain is regarded as a solution to cybersecurity risk. Can we go with A? Nothing can be altered, modified, deleted. That possibility is not there. So security is intact. When security is intact, any risk arising on account of cybersecurity would not be there. So we can consider this to be as a solution to cybersecurity risk. B. Can we choose B? Records in the blockchain are publicly available. Yes, it is a public and distributed and public ledger, decentralized, distributed and public ledger. No, so records in the blockchain are publicly available and distributed across everyone that is a part of the network of participants. On that note, B also can be correct. Records in the blockchain are always kept private to enhance security. Nothing is private. It is all um, openly available. But the best part of it is the security is there. Great security is there. Enhancing security aspect of it is, yes, it is taken into consideration, but it is not private. It is public. So records in the verification of transactions is carried out by computers or it is carried out by individuals. It's carried out by computers because the minute the data is shared, there is a code generated by the computer, and on account of that, nothing can be altered. So it is not the individuals who verify the transactions, but it is the computers that verify the transactions. So we see that A, B, and D are the answers for this particular question. What is the Internet of Things? Internet of Things Internet of Things, an interactive collection of websites enabling users. Let me put you to the concept of what is Internet of Things. It talks about, describes the network of smart devices with built-in software and connectivity to the internet. So those are Internet of Things. So all those smart devices which are connected with the help of internet, so that for the purpose of constantly monitor and exchange data. That is the purpose behind that. So examples are smart meters, thermostats, doorbells, and security, manufacturing plant and equipment, transport infrastructure, home appliances, wearable tech, cars, etc. So any smart device with a built-in software and that gets connected to the internet, we call them to be as Internet of Things, IoT, Internet of Things. So please look into that, which one is correct. An interactive collection of websites. Is it about website? No, it is about smart devices. So this is not the answer. A technology that allows people who do not know each other to trust a shared record of events. Um, a technology that allows, this is blockchain, not Internet of Things, that allows people who do not know each other to trust. That is about blockchain. Then smartphones that enable users to control appliances within their home, such as their heating or lighting. Smartphones that enable users to control appliances. Do we go with this one? Smartphones that enable users to control appliances. Or the last one, a network of smart devices. Is it smartphones or smart devices? The definition, by definition, we see that a network of smart devices with built-in software and connectivity which connects to the internet. So the answer of Internet of Things is D, not C. It is not about smartphone, but it's about smart devices. 57 says, advancements in mobile technology have contributed to the decline in the newspaper industry. What do you think? Is this true or false? Advancements in mobile technology have contributed to the decline in the newspaper industry. Do you agree with this or not? 9 students are there. No answer. CDMA is the technology that has transformed mobile technology. What does CDMA stand for? What does CDMA stand for? Code Division Multiple Access. Code Division Multiple Access. So you decided not to answer. I think we have another 12 days to carry on with the syllabus. No, I don't think I require so many days. As early as possible, I'll finish this and then wind up the class. Absolutely no response from. I'm taking you through every single question from the examination kit so that it is helpful how to analyze that. You are not even responding to that. How is additive manufacturing creating a product layer by layer, better known as layer by layer product? When it is created, we call that to be as 3D printing. 3D printing is part of the process known as additive manufacturing, where the object is created layer by layer. So that is which three of the following are consequences of the developments in mobile technology? We have to choose three. Which three of the following are consequences of the developments in mobile technologies? The decline of the newspaper industry, the decline of social media interactions, the decline in the number of retail bank branches, an increase in the on-demand nature of music, an increase in the cost to manufacture smart devices. Already we have answered this, that the decline of newspaper industry. So we go with A. The decline of social media interactions, in fact, it has increased because they have mobile with them. Because of the mobile, that device available with them, they are active on the social media. So the decline of social media interaction is not the answer. In fact, it's the other way around, the increase of social media interactions. C says the decline in the number of retail bank branches. Why does it so? Why is it so? Because mobile, with the mobile phone, mobile banking, internet banking is possible. With mobile phone, e-commerce is possible, mobile commerce. So the trade See, there are many activities which can be taken up with the help of mobile, like shopping, buying, being connected to the internet banking, etc. All of them. So they don't have to physically be present in the bank branch. So the decline in the number of retail bank branches, an increase in the on-demand nature of music. Would we go with this one? Yes, because the mobile, we have so many new things coming up, like new apps are coming up which provide music to the customers. So we go with this one. An increase in the cost to manufacture smart devices. Now, smart devices, the production of smart devices has increased. That has enabled to decrease the cost of manufacturing of smart devices. So E is not the answer. 61. Which three of the following are advantages of 3D printing? So let's look at what are the advantages of 3D printing. Speed, cost effectiveness, customization, less waste, and confidentiality. Speed is one thing. So increased throughput speed from design to print. Any contribution?
Option E, ma'am.
E, yes, good. Customization of design leading to competitive advantage. Yes, good. One more.
Option C.
Offcuts can be recycled into future products. So this is a new technology which takes up the um, additive manufacturing, where the object is created layer by layer. It allows complex parts and components to be produced cheaper, faster, and in an entirely customizable fashion. So it's a technology which enables them to take up the manufacturing. So unique manufacturing. So on that note, um, more than C, we can go with intellectual property. So that is that they would have a competitive advantage that we have understood. Competitive advantage is something which they have and their competitors do not have. That is about the competitive advantage. So if it talks about customization of design leading to competitive advantage, it is something which they possess. They can have that to be as an intellectual property with them. It is not about recycling the into future products. That's not the concept about 3D printing. Okay, good attempt. 62. Which three of the following are advantages of cloud computing? Okay. Cloud computing, cost efficiency, scalability, flexibility, contract management, career opportunities, highlights inefficiencies. So if you look into that, flexibility and scalability are the advantages. Cost efficiency is an advantage. Contract management is a disadvantage because they have to enter into a contract with the external entity, third party, so that their data can be maintained by them. Career opportunities are reduced. Highlights inefficiencies. That is not the work of cloud computing. So we can go with A, B, and C. Assessing the reliability of big data refers to reliability. There are 4 V's of big data: volume, velocity, variety, veracity. These are the 4 different things. So which feature about which term talks about this feature reliability? The feature reliability is described by which of the four V's? Velocity talks about the speed of processing. Volume talks about the size of the data. Visibility is not at all a part of big data. That is not part of the four V's. Veracity talks about the reliability, the genuine or truthful or trustworthy data. So that's reliability. So the answer here is veracity. '64. Which of the following statements about data visualization is true? What is data visualization? Data is presented in a visually appealing manner. That's called as data visualization. The most common use of data visualization is the creation of dashboard displaying real-time KPIs. Data is always data is always displayed in standardized formats to ensure consistency. Data visualization refers to data that is analyzed using virtual reality software. Increased use of data visualization within organizations increases the need for more IT experts. What do you think is the right answer? Data visualization is about presenting the data in a visually appealing manner. Is data visualization. Anything you choose, we'll see, we'll figure it out whether it is correct or not. Choose anything, doesn't matter which one it is.
Option A.
Option A. It says the most common use of data is the creation of dashboard displaying real-time KPIs. Yes, a dashboard wherein the data can be used the data is measured and presented. Best example what we can talk about is off late when the cricket is telecasted on the television, we see a dashboard which displays so much of data, so much of explanation in one dashboard when so much of how did they hit the, I mean, into which part of the stadium did they hit that. On a comparative note, the first innings when it was played, the second innings when it was played, how did they do? All that is just presented on that dashboard where things are so simplified and easy to understand. So we can take A as the option. Why not about B, C, and D? That also we'll just figure it out. Data is always displayed in standardized formats to ensure consistency. There's nothing like that. It is for the easy understanding of the user. That's it. It is not about following the standard format. C, data visualization refers to the data that is analyzed using virtual reality software. Not needed. Virtual reality software is not at all required. It is just um, whatever the basic features present on the computer, using that also data can be presented in such a way that it can be easily understood. Increased use of data visualization within organizations increases the need for more IT experts. When we are saying that it is the software is not needed, IT experts are also not needed. It can be in the simplest form, but yet easy to understand format it can be presented. 65 says TPO company manufactures jewelry and has been looking at ways to improve its customers' experience. It has decided to enable customers to customize their purchases. The company's first goal is to identify the preferences of its different customer groups. Which of the following tools will help TPO achieve this goal? Is it about AI, data analytics, process automation, data visualization? So you can find yourself answering this bit of the question in the case study. So here we are asked to suggest what is the best thing. Which of the following tools will help TPO achieve the goal? So somebody in the organization can ask you, you as the management accountant, you are somebody, a management accountant or an advisor to the CFO or somebody working close to CFO or some role which is prominent wherein decisions can be taken. So if that is the case, let's say that some explanation is given in the case, and then finally you are asked, please advise or please suggest which tool is most suitable, or if there is a discussion between two people about what would be the appropriate one. So you have to choose on one aspect of it and give a suggestion. Either you have to choose or you just have to um, talk about something which is helpful for them. So this bit can be a part of the case study part. So there you can find yourself answering that. Let's read this once again. TPO company manufactures jewelry and has been looking at ways to improve its customers' experience. Now, it has decided to enable customers to customize their purchases. The company's first goal is to identify the preferences of its different customer groups. So they, what is that they want to understand? They want to identify the preferences of its different customer groups. Do you see that? How can they identify the preferences of the different customers group? Can they identify with the help of artificial intelligence or data analytics or process automation or data visualization? Unless and until you are thorough with the concepts about these things, you will not have an answer to give them. What do you think is the most appropriate one here? Please put in an effort and give me an answer.
Data analytics or data visualization.
That's right. That's right. Data analytics. Why would we not go with artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence, where the machine mimics the human brain, thinks like the human brain, takes up certain roles which do not require much of a skill set, but which can be repetitive ones. Those tasks can be taken up. Of late, we see that artificial intelligence is also used in certain areas of decision making. Okay, data analytics is the most suitable because they, with the information about different customer groups, they can analyze that and then understand their preferences. So data analytics is the best thing, analyzing the data. Process automation, using the help of machines to take up that regular work, is about process automation. Data visualization is presenting the data in a visually appealing manner. So data analytics is the appropriate answer. We'll take this question and then talk something about the attendance. Um, the many students in your class, so I need to, I will take up 160, question number 66, and then take a break for attendance, and then we'll continue with the either questions or PPT, either ways. We've done almost half of the MCQs from the examination kit. So I am worried what we will do in the coming days. GHP company manufactures chilled meals for resale to supermarkets. As part of GHP's recent technological upgrade and as part of its adoption of the benefits of the Internet of Things, the company has installed a new temperature control for the mechanical cooling system in the warehouse where the meals are stored. Which three of the following features of the control are possible because of the Internet of Things? Sensing the current temperature inside the warehouse and adjusting the output of the mechanical cooling system accordingly. What are Internet of Things? All those smart devices which are connected, which have a built-in software and connected to the internet, we call them as IoT, Internet of Things. B. Responding to the remote instructions from the company's head office to alter the temperature in the warehouse. C. Tracking the anticipated external temperature and preemptively adjusting the internal temperature in the warehouse. Gathering and feeding back temperature and cooling systems to GHP. Controlling the temperatures to within 0.05 degrees to ensure adherence to national food storage regulations. Smart devices with built-in software connected to the internet connectivity to take up the task, we call them as Internet of Things. Anyone?
Option A and C.
A. Um, Sensing the current temperature inside the warehouse and adjusting the output of mechanical cooling system accordingly. Auto adjustment or the cooling system on itself, all by itself adjusting, is not that. So they have to be connected through a smart device. Here there is no smart device. Sensing the system, um, sensing the current temperature inside the warehouse, and auto adjustment is not the case. So it has to be operated through a smart device. So on that note, A would not be the appropriate one. You said C also. Tracking the anticipated external temperature and preemptively adjusting the internal temperature in the warehouse. So after the external temperature is tagged and later on preemptively adjusting. So what does it mean by preemptively adjusting? Somebody responding to that is preemptively. Somebody um, taking up taking a decision. So that is about. So on that note, C can be chosen as the right answer. B, responding to remote instructions. So instructions are given from the company's head office to alter the temperature in the warehouse. So there is a remote instruction given, and based on that, the decision is taken, the adjustment is taken up. So B also is correct. Gathering and feeding back temperature and cooling system data to GHP. Gathering and feeding back temperature. So there is a response here and adjusting, making the adjustment through the device. E says controlling the temperature to within 0.05 degrees to ensure its adherence to natural food storage regulation. that will become artificial intelligence. So when the command is built in, based on that, it will go by complying whatever is the instruction built into that. That is taken as artificial intelligence, not Internet of Things. So we have B, C, and D. Then what we will do is, I'll put the recording on hold. We'll continue with the PPT. The remaining MCQs will take it up in tomorrow's class. So what we have done yesterday was about the digital technology, what we have learned, and how the finance function uses, or how this digital technology was put to use in the finance function. That is what we have learned in yesterday's class. That particular chapter we have focused on. How can this be used in finance function? How cloud computing, big data and data analytics, then process automation, AI, data visualization, these digital technologies, how can they be used? So we will once again, we would be revising when we touch upon those MCQs from the exam kit. So when we take up those questions, we will get a chance to revise those things once again. So that way we can take it up. We understood about what is the concept of digital mindset. Instead of looking at individual um, digital technology aspect, individual items, instead of looking into that, what impact can the overall digital technology have on the society at large? Then, as a part of that, how can the organization be benefited? When we understand that, that is called the concept of digital mindset. Then finance professionals will require higher level skills, um, analytical skills, business acumen skills, judgment, people skills, and leadership skills. Um, then we have also understood about the ethics and corporate digital responsibility. So when we take up the questions, every topic has at least 2 or 3 MCQs given. So when we discuss, we will once again revisit those slides. But as of now, we'll proceed further. We'll proceed further with the topics. Data and the finance function. So what would we learn under data and finance function? Technology, data, and improved information. So once again, we're going to touch upon what's the meaning of data, what's the meaning of information. So how can data be used in finance function? So the entire aspect of how data is used in finance function is what we will touch upon in today's class. Then data to support other functions of the business, that is sales and marketing, operations, creating value from digital assets, data security and management. So everything related to data. What is data? So what is data? Data is a collection of facts and figures. These facts and figures of these data, when they are processed, then the processed data is called as information. We understand that meaning. So how this data would be useful in finance function is the point what we are focusing now. Technology, data, and improved information. The technological developments which are discussed are providing and utilizing data on the new level, which if harnessed correctly can provide high value. High value information, facilitating enhanced decision making. In simple terms, what we understand is when this data is processed and provided to the top management, they will be able to take better decisions with the processed data or with the information. Better decision making is a possibility. So that is what we can understand here. So here it says that increase in data and data sources through new technologies plus analyzing the data, technology improving data analytics capability. So data, first acquire data from various sources. So technology also helps them to collect data from multiple sources. Earlier, it was only the conventional way of taking the data from the published sources or unpublished sources. They themselves get into the field and collect the data. That's primary data. So these were the conventional ways, internally, externally, whatever data is available, all that is collected. That was the conventional way of doing. But now data can be captured with the help of technology. See, um, by maintaining a customer relationship with the customers, like customers can be made as subscribers, can be made as members of a particular product or service or company or brand or supermarket or showroom or anything. If they are made as customers or regular customers or members or um, subscribers. So what happens is when their entire purchase details are stored with them. So every time they are convinced that when their phone number is added, they can score few points which they can redeem later on to purchase additional purchases. So by that way, they keep a track of what the customers are buying. So they get to understand, analyze the customers' preferences better. That was not available earlier, but now with the help of technology is able to accumulate large amounts of data, gather the data, get the data from the internet sources, from social media websites, etc., and all. So that's the controversy which is going on of late. We also understand that there was no confidentiality which was maintained. There was no privacy about the data. Everything was shared with others. Is the allegation what many social media website owners are facing now. So you also know that. So here it has become much easier to collect information, collect data from various sources with the help of technology. See, for example, let's say if you are searching, looking for a particular product, you search for a particular product um, in the search engine, and the coming few days you would see the advertisements relating to that particular product appearing um, on various web pages whichever you visit for the next few days. Did you observe any time such a thing happening? How do they understand? They capture what you are searching for. So your IP address and you as you from your system, what are you looking for is understood. It is captured by, we call that as digital marketing. That is captured. Once it is captured, they keep on posting messages, sending messages to you on the internet web pages whichever you visit, or sometimes they are addressed to your mail ID, your whatever belongs to you. So there it appears. So how does it happen? Because they're able to capture about your requirement, capture about your buying pattern. So that enables them to talk about um, collection of data. This data, once it is collected, it is analyzed. When data is captured and analyzed, that gives us better insights. So improved information is available. If improved information is there, better information is there, better decisions can be taken. So improved decisions and actions can be taken up. Now, how does data to support sales and marketing? Now, it helps in better decision making, is what we have understood in the finance function. What about in sales and marketing? In sales and marketing, how does data help? The data available is providing real, fact-based insights to customers and competitors' actions, resulting in improved sales and marketing decisions. How does it happen? Optimum product development and mix. One area is where what optimum product development and mix. See, because the data is available as to how they are catering to that, what products are they producing, and in which markets are they selling. So they assess that. Let's say they understand that they are not selling their products in um, certain markets, so they um, frame strategies about entering into those new markets. But let's say that they have explored all the markets, they've already introduced their product in all the markets, they're selling their products. So now how do they grow? Now it has come to a saturation level, but then they also have to grow beyond that. So then what do? Now that they have the information about they capturing all the markets, there is no more possibility. The demand is fully explored, exploited, and they have their customer base is already set. At that time, now they can think about how can they develop their product. That is, they come out with a newer version of a product. The earlier soap was only soap. Now we see soap has so many other variations. Okay, soap which can have this oil, that oil, whatnot. We see sandal is there. Toothpaste are another best example. We see every ingredient from the kitchen being there in the toothpaste. So what are they doing? They are basically coming out with product development. They are coming out with a new product or variation or a combination of that. All those things, the old features plus the new features, combination of all that. So that can be taken up because they have the information about what's the maximum demand, what's the market share, what are the strategies of the customers, how much is the market share of individual each customer, etc. All that. So they come out with the other aspects about product development and mix. Okay. Next, identification and refinement of segments. Segmentation is grouping of the customers into different groups based on certain features, maybe like social class or something. They categorize them into groups. So now they can identify the segments and refinement of segments. So group them into classes, make them into different classes and cater to their requirements. See, certain products, all of them do not purchase all of them uniformly. See, very basic requirement products also we have categorization. So the essential commodities now. We see that the basic commodity like salt also has different categories. We see that salt is plain salt, salt is iodized salt, rock salt, iodized rock salt. We have then a new concept which comes, which is pink salt, then Himalayan pink salt, whatnot. Variations are there. That is a very basic commodity which everybody uses. But then that also now is preferred by different groups of customers in different ways. Rice is another example. Um, so rice also has so many categories and prices, and so then other products, depending on their social class, they would want their products to have certain features in their products, so they are willing to even spend more price for that. Price is not a criteria. So identification and refinement of segments. So how can they categorize them into segments? Then which promotion works best and when? See, not all products are advertised on television. Not all products advertisements are published in the print media, newspapers, magazines, and all. So there are certain advertisements which come in certain, I mean, medium. That is seeing high class motor vehicles. We do not see those advertisements there on television because they are the ones who do not watch so much of television. They prefer to watch theaters. They prefer to watch um, I mean, movies in malls and all. They have their social um, category of how they would watch, would like to have the entertainment and all. Then we see certain high class magazines and all which cater to the requirements of the elite group. Then those products we can see in those magazines. So we see that. But it is if it is large gathering, mass public, if they are addressing, radio, television are the best ways where they can advertise. See, if they are addressing the literate community, print media can be used. So we see various ways in which the advertisement, the promotion activities can be taken up. So that can be understood. Improved pricing decisions. There are various strategies. We're going to come across the pricing strategies in this particular paper. Somewhere after a while, we will be looking into what are the various pricing strategies. So pricing strategies about what can be the best price. Can they decide the price as cost price plus profit? Or there are other alternatives of deciding on what should be the selling price. So that those decisions can be taken up. So improved pricing decisions. Decisions can be uh, connected to the pricing part of it. How should they be pricing the product? What strategy should they be adopting? That can be understood. How can they target their customers? Improved targeting. So what attracts them? What are their preferences? What are their tastes? Because data can be collected and analyzed. So this with the help of data collected and analyzed, they would be able to better address the customers based on their preferences. So improved targeting. Optimum CRM to fulfill specific needs. CRM is customer relationship management. So optimum use of CRM, be connected with the customers through the they should be they would be connected to the customers through their CRM and gather the information. Sometimes we see that once we give the phone number to them, they keep a track of what are the special events they wishes on birthdays or someone they wish on their wedding anniversaries, every other information or festivals and some special occasions and events they wish the customers or they send when there is any information about discount offers or some new stock arrivals, etc. So optimum CRM, customer relationship management, to fulfill specific needs. So once the data is available, decisions can be taken in these areas. What is operations? What do you think is operations? Operation is the main activity of the business. Main activity of the business would be buying and selling. That is what they buy. I mean, that is what is their main operation. That is, they buy the raw material and they sell the finished goods. But raw material first has to be converted into finished goods, then only it can be sold. So everything which starts from the buying of raw material and it goes on till the selling of finished goods. So selling of the finished goods. Everything which is covered in between these 2 points, we have this called as operation. That's their main operation. So first they have to buy the material, convert the material into finished goods, the raw material to be converted into finished goods. Then the finished goods have to be sold. Okay, so how can data support these activities, the operations? In every area, every step of this particular sequence of activities, how data is useful is what we have to look into. Cost saving, capturing and analyzing new sources of new sources of operational data is driving change and improvements in operations, leading to benefits such as what benefits can be derived. First one, cost savings through efficiency gains. service improvements, supply chain integration, customized products, preventative maintenance, forecasting, facilitating efficient operations, early warning of potential problems. Cost savings can be achieved. Cost savings can be achieved right at the time of purchasing the material also. So when they have the data about the suppliers, the discounts offered by the suppliers, all those information, maybe they can avail those discounts and then save the cost, or they can capture the information about what are the best practices in production. So take it up and then produce the products accordingly, have cost savings. So when the information is available at the time of producing the products, that is in the operations, they can avail those benefits, have cost savings. Services which are provided, service improvements, better services can be provided to the customers because they understand the requirements of the customers. That customization can be taken up because they have the data analyzed and then understand the preferences of the customers, what they are looking at, what they are seeking. So if that is the case, they can cater to the requirements of the customers. So service improvements can be there. Service like um, flexibility in terms of delivering the product, the place where it has to be delivered, the time when they would want the products to be delivered, what would they want to be included in the production, etc. So such kind of services can be provided better to the customers. Why? Because they have the information what the customers are seeking, what they want. When that information is there, I think they can serve the customers better. Service improvements. Supply chain integration. What is supply chain? Chain talks about a sequence of, chain is connected, isn't it? Links which are connected. So supply chain is a sequence of activities that starts from um, purchasing material from the supplier and delivering these to the end user customers. So material is purchased from the supplier, that is moved to the stores department. So from stores department, it moves to the production department. Products are produced, that is moved to the warehouse, then move to the showroom or directly move to the showroom and then kept available for the customers to buy. They buy and then the products are delivered to the customers. So this is the sequence of activities. So when all of them are connected, interconnected, integration. So step by step, let's say, how does this integration happens? For example, if they understand that in the next month, the demand could be uh, for 10,000 units, for example, or next month or next quarter, let's take it as. For the next quarter, the expected demand for the product is 10,000. So if this demand has to be met, then immediately they should start producing the product. They should start producing the product. They should purchase the material so that they can start the production and take up the production. But to purchase the material, they should be connected to the supplier. So um, all of them should be connected one with another thing so that the material is acquired from the supplier and is delivered to the end user, the customer. So supply chain integration. So data also helps in supply chain integration. Customized products. So because the requirements of the customers are known, produce according to what is their expectation. What do they want? What features do they would like to see in the product? So that is understood. That is captured already. Maybe because of customer relationship management or the feedbacks which are collected or their buying pattern, their preferences. These things are understood when the such data is captured. That is analyzed. They understand what the customers want. So accordingly, the production also will be taken up. Customized products. Then we see that any preventative maintenance when it is required, um, to ensure that a safe environment is present in the production places, in the office. The there would be no mishappening of anything or accident or any kind of loss or theft or anything. So certain preventive maintenance is possible, because what are the potential problems can be understood. Therefore, preventive maintenance can be taken up. Forecasting or facilitating efficient operation. So that is the important, that becomes the base for them to decide about what would be the future course of action. So once they understand the forecast, uh, various aspects about the future, so based on that they have to take up the course of action in the present. So forecasting or facilitating efficient operations. And then if there are any potential problems which can arise, because the data provided talks about what possible problems can arise, the data is analyzed, so that analysis is provided, so they can understand about the potential problems which arise. So early warning of potential problems. Now the next topic here is, so we've understood about how data is useful in finance function, that is better decisions can be taken. In case of sales and marketing, how can they cater to the requirements of the customers with various decisions about how they would market their products, decide on what products would be produced and sold, and other aspects. In the main operation also it is useful, that is they will be able to understand about how the costs can be cut down, or how they can be connected with the various stakeholders in the supply chain, what measures can be taken to ensure safety, etc. So data is also useful in operations. Now we have to understand the concept about what are digital assets. What are digital assets? Digital protection. So these two topics we will look into. What are digital assets? Digital assets are held by a business in a digital form and do not have physical substance. No physical substance. So what does it talk about? There is no hard copy of that, but there is only a soft copy, what we understand it as. Typically includes images, animations, audio, video, and PDF files. So the term what we use is soft copies, isn't it? So digital assets are those which are in a digital form. There is no physical substance, that is there is no hard copy of that, but they are available only in the soft copy in terms of images, animation, audio, video, and PDF files. Those are called as digital assets. So now how to manage these digital assets? Because most of the organizations have these digital assets. Their entire data which is captured is in the form of some soft copy, either of audio, video, a PDF file, etc. So we see that their assets are in the form of digital form, digital assets. So how are these assets managed? Digital asset management system is designed to coordinate the digital assets of the business, ensuring they are held centrally in an accessible, secure, and logically designed repository. Repository is a place where they can store these things. So when they store it, they should also have a feature of retrieving that, taking it whenever they require. So what is digital asset management system focusing on? It is focusing on coordinating the digital assets of the business, ensuring they are held centrally in an accessible. Accessible is whenever they require, they should be able to have an access, be able to retrieve it. So that feature, that facility should be there. in a secure and logically designed repository. Repository. Features of DAM systems include specialized, typically cloud-based database, single central location, security and access levels built in, clear categorization and search capability using metadata. So, um, some kind of either a centrally located area or a server or some place or a database which is created. It could also be on the cloud. Also, they can store all that. When they store all these assets, what are these assets? Digital assets. They are in the form of some soft copies, but they have to be maintained properly. There should be no damage about it. There should be security of that. How would they save it properly in a repository? And yet at the same time, whenever they require, that accessibility should be there. So that accessibility to retrieve this data also, these digital assets also should be possible. So how would they do that is about the digital asset management system. Very general only. Um, remember all the concepts. What is digital protection? Digital protection can be defined as the process of safeguarding important information from corruption, compromise, or loss. Businesses, as a minimum, must comply with GDPR. What is GDPR? What is GDPR? General Data Protection Regulation. What measures would be taken up to protect the data? General Data Protection Regulation. So businesses as a minimum must comply with GDPR. The following are some of the features of modern organizations. One second. The following are some of the features of modern organizations and their approach to sound data management. What is the role of chief data officer? There should be a chief data officer appointed in the organization. What is his role? Deliberate and integrated data strategy. Culture promotes the significance of data. Data security training. So these should be the features of modern organizations and their approach to sound data management. So now we come to the next chapter. Um, so let's take a few questions from the exam kit because we are not on par with the what content we are learning and what questions we are doing. So few questions we'll do and then we'll wind up the class today. Okay, instead of uh, So we've answered 66th question. Let's proceed further from 67th onwards. You have another 11 days to do the work. I don't see whether we will require so many days, 11 more days. Question number 67. Technologies which are anticipated to update existing systems to improve capability are often referred to as what? Are they core modernization tools, exponentials, innovators, or the digital age? What's the correct answer? Sorry. Okay. What are the new technologies and finances? So, what's the meaning of core modernization tools? Update existing systems and improve capability. Include cloud technology and data visualization. Exponentials is deliver new capabilities and push the finance function forward. Include blockchain and advanced analytics. So, what would be the right answer on that note? It talks about update existing systems to improve capability are often referred to as what? They are referred to as anyone there in the class? Technologies which will deliver new capabilities are often referred to as what? Which deliver new capabilities. New capabilities will be exponential. Just now we have looked into the slide. Core modernization tools are they update existing systems and improve capabilities. Those that deliver new capabilities and push the finance function are called as exponential. Which of the following is a disadvantage of cloud computing? Increased flexibility to working arrangements, that is an advantage. More reliance on third party suppliers is a disadvantage. More reliance on third party suppliers because the cloud computing service provider is an outsider. So they are now to depend on a third party. Of course, there are advantages about security and other aspects, but anytime it is a risk for the business because they are depending on a third party. So that would be the disadvantage. Access to continually update to software is an advantage. In real time, they can make the updations. Multiple users can be connected to the cloud, and then they can update in real time. So that's an advantage, not a disadvantage. Easier integration of system is also an advantage. So what is disadvantages? Because they have to now depend on a third party. So that on that note, we see that that's a disadvantage. Cloud computing enables multiple users to collaborate on a file at the same time. Although This increases the risk of version control issues. Is this a statement true or false? This is about which one? Is about cloud computing. Cloud computing enables multiple users to collaborate on a file at the same time. Although this increases the risk of version control issues, they can update it in real time. So there would be no risk of version control issues. Nothing would be there. Anybody can be connected to that, and then they can update that in real time. So that is an advantage what we can see. But there is no such issue about a risk being present, or the risk would increase when multiple users are connected. Such a thing is not a part of cloud computing. So the answer would be false. Which three of the following are advantages of investing in process automation within the finance function? So we are talking about process automation. What is process automation? With the help of technology, being able to do the work which was earlier done by human beings. So which three of the following are advantages of investing in process automation? Speed would be high, um, long working hours, greater productivity, greater efficiency, cost saving. These are all advantages what we see. So staff time can be freed up to focus on value adding activities. No extra training will be required for staff as they will no longer be processing manually. Staff will automatically buy into having the mundane work taken from them. Headcount reductions, improved efficiency. So select any one. Let's see. Can we have one A? Until 88 we'll do, and then we'll wind it up. Okay, can we go with A?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Staff time can be freed up because the work what staff was doing earlier now can be done with the help of process automation. So staff would be freed up to focus on value adding activities. They can be given certain other tasks wherein they can improve on their overall efficiency or innovation, etc. B, no extra training will be required for staff because the work will be done, um, will no longer be processing manually, will be done by automation. But then to operate those things, staff are required. Yes, the work will be done by the automation, but who would operate that? The human beings only have to operate. To operate that, they would require training. So training is needed. Of course, the major part of the work will be done by automation, but to operate those things, um, training is required.
Option E, ma'am.
Yes, improved efficiency, option E. Very good. That is an option. One more we have to choose. Is it C or D? Staff will automatically buy into having the mundane work taken from them, or headcount reductions. So which one of them is the correct answer?
Option C.
C or D? What happens with D? When the headcount reduces, is that an advantage or a disadvantage? In terms of advantage, yes, it is it is cost saving. They need not spend salaries on so many of them. So headcount reduces, cost saving would be there, greater efficiency can be achieved with the help of automation. So on that note, yes, we see that it's an advantage, but then uh, another angle to this also would be there. See, if you have to elaborate on that, let's say in the case study, if you have to talk about that, headcount reduces, but there are certain ethical issues which arise out of that. Why? I mean, these human beings or these staff members have to be laid off, so ethical moral issues arise. So but if we are purely focusing on the advantage, it can be taken as a cost cutting advantage. Fine, headcount reduction. Why not C? Staff will automatically buy into having, automatically nothing would happen just because process automation has taken place. Automatically they will accept that the work will be taken up by the process automation. No, that would not happen. See, this has to be assigned, and then people have to be replaced or removed or placed elsewhere, etc. Those things have to be taken up, and what work would be taken up by the automation also has to be clearly defined. Automatically nothing would happen. So on that note, we cannot go with C. D, we have no other option but to go with D. Yes, in terms of cost cutting, this is an advantage, but it can also arise about certain other areas which have to be taken into consideration. So we have to be cautious about that. 72. We'll discuss for another 10 minutes and then wind up the class. Okay. The provision of information in a more appealing and understandable manner is often referred to as what?
Data visualization.
That's right, data visualization. More appealing and understandable manner, data visualization. Which of the following is not necessarily a benefit of data visualization? Improves the accuracy of the data being analyzed.
Option A, ma'am.
A. Accuracy, if the data has inaccurate, if the data has some inaccuracy, analysis also will have inaccuracy. If the data is accurate, the analysis also would be accurate. Improves the accuracy of the data being analyzed. Problem areas can be identified sooner, understandable by many users, supports prompt decision making. Not necessarily. Okay. It is subject to the data, whether it is accurate or not. Okay. Problem areas can be identified sooner, understandable by many users, supports prompt decision making. So we go with A, as you say. That's right, A. 74. Which of the following statements regarding blockchain are true? What is blockchain technology? Blockchain technology involves the use of a distributed ledger. Cryptocurrencies should be considered as intangible assets in the financial statements. The use of blockchain technologies removes the need for traditional intermediaries in transactions. Traditional intermediaries. 4. Blockchain solutions will not overcome the issues of slow cross-border payments. Which of the following are true? A, which says that 1 and 2 are true. B says 1 and 3 are true. C says 3 and 4 are true. 1, 2 and 3 is D.
Statement 1 is true, ma'am.
Yes, yes, 1 is true. Blockchain technology involves the use of distributed ledger.
Statement 3 is also true, ma'am.
Yes. See, 3 is also true. Now the question is about, because 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 1, 2 and 3 are the options. So now we have to, anyway, 4 combination with 1 is not there at all. 1 is a part of the definition, so 1 should be there. But 1 is there in 3 options. 2, whether it is correct or not, is what we have to now verify. 3 is correct. So the only option what we will have to verify is whether B is correct or D could also be correct. So that is about the second one. Whether cryptocurrencies should be considered as intangible assets in the financial statements. See, this is not officialized about how would cryptocurrencies be accepted. How would it be accounted? There is no such clear-cut guidance as of now. We do not know how they would be categorized, and that is, there is no such thing about cryptocurrencies as of now. There is still a controversy going on whether it should be accepted, it should not be accepted, whether the future lies with cryptocurrencies or not. It is still not clear. So on that note, we cannot go with 2. When we cannot go with 2, D also will not be an option. So we go with B, 1 and 3. How has 3D printing primarily impacted the finance function? So impacted the costing of operations, facilitated the creation of assets, driven higher revenues, increased inventories. So 3D printing talks about layer by layer image manufacturing of the product layer by layer, as additive manufacturing where the object is created layer by layer. It allows complex parts and components to be produced cheaper, faster, and in an entirely customizable fashion. Okay. Benefits of speed, cost effectiveness, customization, less wastage, and confidentiality. So these are the advantages. Now we have to specifically focus on about how it has impacted the finance function.
Option A, ma'am. Costing of operations.
Impacted the costing of operation because it is cost saving. See, it facilitated the creation of assets. Creation of assets is not connected to finance function. Driven higher revenues. See, higher revenues, it's only about the manufacturing, it is not about the sale part of it. Increased inventories. So we are only talking about the manufacturing part of it, not about the inventories. So there is nothing connected to other 3 parts. So A is the answer. 76 says, which 3? Which 3 of the following are qualities identified by Forbes as being important dimensions of the digital mindset? What is about digital mindset? A digital mindset is the concept of seeing beyond the individual elements of digital technology. It talks about to understand what is the impact of digital technology on the society and thereby having an impact on the organization. So that is about the digital mindset. To look into that aspect about what what impact can be created on the society and therefore on the organization. What when they understand that, that would be referred to as digital mindset. We have to select three aspects of it. Provide vision yet empower others, have the imagination to innovate, be skeptical yet open-minded, sustain yet disrupt, retain control yet be open-minded. There is a vision about what impact will be created on the society.
Option B and E, ma'am.
Have the imagination to innovate. It is not it's not about innovation, it is about only looking at the impact what it will have on the society, and thus the organization, and also on the organizations, only that part of it. Impact, to understand the impact, it is nothing to create something new. A fundamental element of digital mindset is being ready for change. Finance professionals must have a growth mindset, an appetite to learn and develop, feedback openly given and positively received, embraced, change embraced and seen as an opportunity. So these are the fundamental elements. It is only to understand that that's it's only about the mindset. It's only about perceiving what would happen, but the creation of something new is not a part of it. Innovation is not a part of it. So on that note, we cannot go with second one. Imagination to innovate is not there. Open minded, yes, open minded. So even if it is skeptical also, yet it should be open minded, give the feedback and take receive positive feedback. So be skeptical yet open minded. Open minded is the key point there. Sustain yet disrupt. Disrupt is um, causing a lot of changes in the present scenario is disruption. So when there are disturbance because of some change, so even if it is with the help of technology, there is a disruption in the organization. There is a change which is required at that point of time. So there may be some resistance, there may be acceptance. Too many changes have to be made in the organization. So that is a disruption situation. Sustain yet disrupt. We're not talking about disruption part of it. We are talking about the attitude, what has to be there. So the attitude is about being open-minded. So we have one more point about open-minded. Retain control yet be open-minded. So on that note, E also would go. Feedback openly given and positively received. Sustain yet disrupt. Sustain, disrupt. Appetite to learn and develop. Develop is allowing a change to happen, disruption. So the confusion between D and D, learn and develop. On that note, sustain yet disrupt. Retain control. Retaining control is no. So we go with D, not E. We'll stop here. Okay. Any doubts what we have done in today's class? Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
In that case,